Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation. Today I wanted to talk to you about weather and how it affects your camping trips in your travel trailer. So let's talk about the type of weather events that you might experience. Thunderstorms, hurricanes, hail, floods, tornadoes, below freezing temperatures, heat waves, and winds. So here's a couple examples of bad weather events that we've experienced while we've been in the travel trailer. In July of 1988, in our first travel trailer, which was a 1971 Jayco, we were in the Black Hills of South Dakota at a KOA, which was a relatively, I wouldn't want to say it was a new KOA at the time, but it was very uncrowded and open. It was very nice. It was down in a valley. And all we had at the time, of course, was a radio to listen to. We didn't have cell phones or anything like that. And we had listened to the radio that night because we saw that there were storms moving in from the west, and they started to talk about a tornado that was coming our way. Fortunately for us, that storm really never got severe. I mean, the weather was severe and the winds were severe and there was rain, but it never developed into a tornado coming in our direction. But it was interesting, and it was something I'll never forget because it was a very small trailer, and so you felt just about everything in that. The next weather event I wanted to talk to you about was one that happened in Dodge City last year, and you can read more about this at our site traveltrailernation.com, where I did basically a long blog about Dodge City itself, and I also talk about the weather event that we experienced. The first alert for us was when we were on our way to Dodge City, when we got up to Oklahoma City, and I looked at the weather and I could see that they were predicting for when we were in Dodge City, our last day in Dodge City, because I was looking forward, that the winds were going to be 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles an hour. And I didn't feel good about that. So when we were at the Oklahoma City KOA, I asked basically if we could extend our stay and come in a day later, because I knew if the winds were going to be like that, there was no way we were going to get on the road and be in that kind of a weather event just to get home. So I started making plans to leave a day later on our return trip, unless things were going to change. Then things took a dramatic turn because about 2 days before our departure, it started to say that the winds would be 35 to 45 with gusts up to 65 miles an hour. I got up on the day that we were originally set to depart, and I'd already extended it a day there because I knew there was no way, unless we wanted a brand new travel trailer, that we were going to get on the road and try and drive in anything that crazy. So I got up early in the morning with Eva. We usually get up, 4:35 in the morning. We get in a little walk, and I went outside and it was relatively calm, and I thought, wow, maybe this thing is going to miss us. But boy, was I wrong, because about 30 minutes later, it hit, and it hit really hard. And our trailer was located so that the wind was actually hitting on the front corner of the trailer coming back. And so we were in a pretty good position. We also had left our holding tanks relatively full because we knew that would give us some decent ballast. You can always hook up your tow vehicle to your trailer too in a weather event like this to add a little more stability. Now in our campground, it was like a graveyard. No one was outside their camper and no one took a chance at leaving. In fact, a semi-truck actually rolled into our campground about midday just to get off the road and protect himself from a rollover on the highway. The winds were so strong that the sky was actually choked with a rather reddish dust, so it almost looked like there was a fire on the horizon. When the gusts would hit the trailer, man, it was exciting. And this went on from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. that evening. Now, it could have been a lot worse. If we were back in 1988 and only had a radio, who knows, maybe we would have been on the highway, and God only knows what would have happened if those wind gusts would have hit us. So really, what's going to mitigate your weather risks when you travel with your trailer? Well, decent apps like Weather Channel and Windy, and weather radar are great apps to have. Everyone should have those on their phone, their iPhone, or any cellular device. Windy is what I relied on when we were in Dodge City. And then look ahead at weather events and then plan accordingly. Extend your stay if you have to, like we did, or hunker down if you need to where you're at for the weather to pass, or just leave your camper and seek shelter in a stable structure. In the event of severe weather like tornadoes or hurricanes, hail or flooding, just change your travel plans. Leave early if you have to get home or to move out of that area. We just did that at Tyler State Park. We had a hurricane coming up and we knew it was going to dump on us, and we left a day early to avoid that. And when we got home, we were actually outside that area, but the next day they were, and that would have been our day of departure, they probably got upwards of 6-7 inches of rain there. So it was smart to leave, and it's always better to play it safe. So whatever you do, remember to watch your weather well in advance as you camp, and always plan accordingly. Till next time, happy camping.